Now I would like to share some highlights from 2019. It was another big year for Volunteer MBC. There were some ups and there were some downs as well. But we made a significant contribution to the community. Our annual report provides significant insight on the 4 dimensions of our work that we were most known for: our outreach, our referral system, community programs, and the Learning Center. And I'll just mention a few of the notable items. Our referral service continues to be the engine of our organization. Sean, can you advance the slide? Helping many volunteers and organizations thrive.
Is now exiting.
Here you can see our impact by municipality. And as you see, we have more work to do in Caledon and are getting more involved in Caledon as its population grows and is continuing to grow certainly over the next even short while. And through initiatives like the Youth Voice Collective that we're part of, it's an impact collective that works on focusing on youth skills and employability. Volunteer MBC is one of the core members in Mississauga and Brampton, and we continue to widen our reach throughout the region of Peel. Youth continue to be the primary beneficiaries of our referral service. But as we implement new approaches to skilled volunteerism, such as our newcomer Super Skills Matrix, which was funded by the Community Foundation of Mississauga, we're seeing more adults engage. Our effort to build bridges between new and experienced volunteers by engaging isolated seniors and early adults is also making a difference. And overall, the referral service has benefited greatly from our increased online outreach, thanks to the support of an incredible volunteer, media, and arts team that have really helped Sean throughout the time and even during this very difficult COVID-19 time as well. With the referral system being our engine, and one of our staff members, Shaminda, often calls it our Schumacher to make an analysis to the car racing. It is an energy source for nonprofit organizations, especially board members and leaders of volunteers. And you can see some of the accomplishments, which you have also read, I'm sure, in our AGM report as well. Our awards program is well known to the community through the Voskers and Peel Care celebration, where memories are made and we give a hand to outstanding volunteers to whom it means so much. Thank you especially to our member organizations who realize how important it is to recognize volunteers, for submitting nominations, and also to our judging committee, and some of you have joined us today, for the time that you spend following reviewing the applications. Thank you as well to our event sponsors for making it possible. And back over to you, Sandy. Sandy, are you muted?
Yes, I'm so sorry. I apologize. Thank you, Corrine, for sharing the highlights. You can see there's on the screen the 2017 to 2019 strategic plan. There is 4 identified priorities for the success of Volunteer MBC, and we have kept a well-balanced scorecard in regard to this and really use these priorities as guiding the decisions we make. So I'll give you a moment to just take a quick look at them. And if you'd like to see more about the activities in 2019, they are included in the 2019 annual report. So if you refer to that, you'll have an expanded, some expanded information on exactly what's happened. So if you want to just move to slide 40, we would like to take a moment to thank our member organizations for their commitment to us. It is your dedication to meaningful volunteerism that addresses pressing needs in the community while creating opportunities for profound acts of caring, both big and small. We'd like to hear now from one of our member organizations, the Toronto and Region Conservation Authority, on how they benefit from the support of your local volunteer center.
Hi, my name is Karen. I'm a coordinator in the Education Division at Toronto and Region Conservation Authority. We have been a volunteer MBC member for about 2 years now. We use it to promote some of our youth volunteer opportunities, such Girls Can Too and Conservation Youth Corps. Over the past 2 years, we have noticed, not only an increase in the number of people that are signing up for our programs, we're also noticing just an overall increase in the exposure of our program to Region of Peel residents. So we've seen a lot of new faces coming out to some of these programs that maybe we wouldn't have been able to reach in the past. So it's been a really great experience. The online referral system is also fantastic at filtering opportunities based on skills and interests and location and availability. So if you are trying to target to a very specific audience, the system makes it really easy to do so. On top of all of that, the volunteer MBC staff are always really great at providing things like resources, networking sessions, professional development opportunities. So it's been really great to take advantage of those. They're also, willing to provide really helpful suggestions and edits when you are posting a volunteer opportunity, just to make sure that that posting, reaches its maximum potential. Just overall, our experience working with the staff have been super positive, and we are so grateful for all of the services that you provide. So on behalf of TRCA's education staff, I just want to say a big thank you to Volunteer MBC and all of the hardworking staff that are working behind the scenes to make this service so fantastic. So thank you.
Hi, I'm Nancy McGee, and I'm the Senior Manager of Education and Training at the Toronto and Region Conservation Authority. I wanted to take a few moments and share with you my experience in working with Volunteer MBC. Now, as you might guess, Volunteer MBC does coordinate volunteers, matching their skill sets with skill sets that are needed in the community. However, recently, during the COVID-19 pandemic, we had to shut down part of our operations, the one where we were going to be having students come out to our overnight centers and experience outdoor education. Instead, we were able to pivot to using our food services to provide meals for people that were vulnerable in the community at this time. What we wanted to do was focus on producing the meals, but what we needed help with was creating that network and ensuring that the food was going out through organizations to the right people. Volunteer MBC stepped in. They looked through their network of people. They found the right organizations and connections for us. They coordinated meetings. They managed meal pickups. And yes, they brought in volunteers to make sure that food was delivered to people on time and in good shape. I can't thank Volunteer MBC enough for all that they have done to create such a successful experience for us and the many people that received those meals. Thank you, Volunteer MBC, and I hope we get to work together a lot more in the future.
Great. Thank you, TRCA, Nancy and Jennifer, for your kind words. Our members have been very important to the growth of Volunteer MBC. We strive to build their resource capacity and support them in learning opportunities for their volunteer engagement professionals, board of directors, and volunteers. In return, their encouragement has fueled us to bring new services and learning opportunities to them. Next, there are a couple of changes to Volunteer MBC's bylaws that the board directors believe are necessary. On the screen, you will see items 7.11 and 7.13 in the bylaws as they are today on the left. On the right, we show the proposed changes. I'd like you to take a moment to just read them. We will be asking for a vote to implement these bylaw changes. So I'm going to give you a moment. I'm now going to ask for a motion to approve the changes of 7.11 and 7.13 in the bylaws.
Jim Waiter has made the motion.
A seconder?
Ting has seconded the motion.
Great. I'd like to call a vote. All in favor? Any opposed or abstains? Okay, the motion is carried for the change to the bylaws. At this time, we'd like to take a moment to recognize the contributions of volunteers, MBC's 344 in-house volunteers, and you heard that correctly, 344 in-house volunteers, which is just an unbelievably great number. Let's hear from one of those volunteers on her experience.
I'm Lekha Srinath. I live in Mississauga. To mention about my educational qualification, I hold a Bachelor of Education degree and have over 15 years of work experience in both administrative and teaching. Serving others always gave me immense satisfaction. I believe volunteering is the best way to give back to the community that we live in. I have been volunteering with Volunteer MBC. Volunteering gave me some valuable work experience. Being a volunteer helped me gain a feeling of accomplishment and build my self-esteem. It also helped me get connected with various people and create a strong, special bond. I thank Volunteer MBC for giving me an opportunity to volunteer, and I feel proud to be connected and serve the community through them. Volunteer MBC is a hub for connecting community together. Thank you.
And thank you to the dedicated staff. Corinne and her team work tirelessly to deliver, and we see what work they do every single day. So, thank you doesn't seem enough, but we want to thank them for all of the hard work that they do. And thank you to the generous funders. Again, without the funders, we would be in trouble. Without their belief in our work, we would not be here. And you see some of the logos on the screen of the organizations that support us. There are more, but these are some of the logos that support us. And thank you to our kind supporters, those that give us so much and continue to support us in multiple ways. And thank you to our partners who elevate our work and make us a better organization. And we also want to welcome new organizations to join us. There is strength in numbers. So let's hear from a new member organization that recently joined.
Hello everyone. My name is Deepa Mahanti and I live in Mississauga, Ontario. I got the privilege and opportunity to say something about Volunteer MBC. Volunteer MBC and Maisha Incorporation have been working with collaboration, finding out the humane factor and serving the community with all their expertise. I am super indebted for the professionalism, the strength, and the talents Volunteer MBC has provided to Maisha Incorporation. Their wealth of experience, intellect is a huge asset to not-for-profits like us. Thank you, Volunteer MBC, and wish you all the very best. Cheers.
And thank you to our caring community, our friends and family, neighbors. Thank you to our community here in Peel, a community that truly, truly cares. Before we close the business proceeding of today's meeting, I would like to provide an opportunity for anyone to present here today or raise a matter which we may have forgotten. So I will make a motion to officially close Volunteer NBC's 11th annual meeting. Marina, do we have someone?
I don't see anybody.
I know you don't want to leave. And we don't want you to. There's certainly more.
Yes, so Kavita, can I say that you made the motion and can somebody please second it? Thank you.
I will second.
Thank you, Susan. Thank
Great.
you, Lee.
I'd like to call a vote, all in favor of closing the business part of the AGM. Corinne's right, there's more to come.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Any opposed or abstains? The motion is carried and the official business of today's meeting is now concluded. Thank you so much. But wait, there is more. We will get a special look from Corinne on what's to come, so please stay tuned for some exciting updates.